Hello everyone, happy Friday. Welcome to my page. I'm super excited. Today is Friday. I'm gonna try to do a few projects today. I always overestimate my abilities, but I am going to give it my best. So today also kicks off our first sale of the year, which is our snowy savings sale. So if you want to check out our sale, you can comment the word special and I will send you the link to that. And these kits are going to be St. Patrick's themed. So hold on, I got to put my information in here really quick. Come on, open sesame. Alrighty. Graph with me, paste, and send. Sweet. All right, we got Facebook pulled back up. Hello, everyone. Hello. So yesterday, I had full intentions of trying to do more than I had planned. Same with today. Okay, I have full intentions to do things, and my goals are there. My efforts are true. It is a little warm in here, so I'm going to take my sweater off. But we're going to do some St. Patrick's crafts today. And let's see if I can get this set up here. Let me move this stuff out of the way. And scoot this over. So sorry. So sorry, everyone. Hello, everybody. I'm getting a late start. It's Friday, y'all. It is what it is. But I really want to do the stacked Shamrocks, and I want to do this super cute Coil spring Shamrock too. So I'm going to try and do both of these. And then I also have the colors over here to do the heart coil. And then I think Monday I'm going to do these little stick leg ducks. There is these little stick leg ducks. These are super cute. I haven't crafted these yet, so I do want to do those, and those are perfect for like spring. Hello, everyone. Oh, let me turn off my noise cancellation. The machines are not running, but just in case, just to be on the safe side. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. How's my Friday? Y'all don't even want to know what my Friday has been. I'm gonna probably tell you. Oh gosh. You're working on your window and your Hello Spring insert. Oh girl, I can't wait. Super excited. So super excited. Also, I do not have it listed on the sales page. I completely forgot. Our t-shirts are also 25% off. So if y'all wait for the t-shirts to be on sale, t-shirts are on sale. They're just not on the sales page, but if you go to the t-shirt collection, you'll see that they're all on sale. All right, this is that little coil spring. I'm going to set that aside. We're going to work on this one first. We don't do a lot of St. Patrick's stuff. We just don't. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the community of people here that just don't decorate or craft for St. Patrick's Day. But there are a handful of people who do. So today is your lucky day. We are going to do this kit right here. And I just want you to know, I think it's going to be really cute. I think it's going to be so adorable. These are really easy to paint in case you're not good at the painting. There is also stacked hearts. There's two different styles of stacked hearts. There's two different styles of stacked, like shamrocks, clovers, whatever you want to call them. And then there is also some Easter ones coming. I just have not gotten to the Easter basket to do all of the new Easter stuff, but they are coming. And let me show you the Easter ones. Here is it. It's in this. Okay, let me show you this really quick. In the Easter basket, there are two, I believe possibly three. Oh, this one is eggs that say he is risen. And they have crosses on them and little flowers. So this is the eggs that are stacked. These are coming. I feel like there was another one. I mean, I could be wrong. I could absolutely be wrong. And then this one, the bunny kind of sits behind, and there are, this says Happy Easter on the little eggs. And so I know you guys like the stacked kits that we offer. They're always really popular. And so I wanted to expand on this. So we did like the Shamrocks. We did 2 of those. There's going to be 2 different Easter ones. This is where I have to get it done. And it's just little old me. It's just little old me. So they're coming. I promise. Promise. All right. So if you want to check out our snowy savings sale, the mini little kits are, the mini little kits are 50% off. The arches, standard and mini, are 50% off. So sorry about that. And the swinging kits are 50% off. We typically have not done half off sales outside of like November and December. We try to really offer those, but I wanted to try something new this year and offer some, like picking a couple of different collections to offer half off, at least during our monthly sales that we do. And we try to do 4-day sales. So there is 3 50% off collections, and then I did our hutches 30% off, and that would be all of the hutches, the fancy and the regular hutches. I posted a picture of myself with the Easter hutch. It's super cute. And yeah, so the Easter, or the hutches are 30% off, and then pretty much everything else in the shop is 25% off. So don't forget to take advantage of that if you were looking for some deals to score. And then all of our new kits are also included in the sales. And I'm pretty sure that the little stacked pots that I did the other day that has a little sprig of greenery at the top, I think that one is half off. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's in the mini little collection. All right, so we're going to do the Shamrocks today. It has a stand, and I've picked some colors here that I'm going to do this. We have avocado toast, we have aloe, we have light sage, and we have avocado, like regular avocado. So these are my colors that I'm going to do this. So it's a lot of green on green on green. I think it's going to be super cute. Any idea for Easter? A round flat with 12 little bunnies. For people to make like a clock. Absolutely. Great idea. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Hello, hello, everyone. Just got 5 inches. Cut off your hair. You feel so much better. Ooh, I'm due for a haircut. Christine says, hoping to receive crafts soon. I'm running out of things to do. I do believe that, y'all, April has 4 carts loaded with orders that need to go out. They need to go out. Yes, 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 yes. So these are my color selections. You can pick whatever colors you want. We're going to use a plate. We're going to use a brush and sponges for this, I do believe. And yeah, we're going to do that. So this is going to be painted separate. This one's going to be painted separate. And then this one's going to be painted separate. So we have our backgrounds here, and then these kind of show through the sides behind the outline. So you can do the backers a color, you can do these a color. So just pick however you want to do it. And then your little stems here will be covered up by the piece here. All right, so I'm going to go with, I'm just going to put all of these colors on my plate because I'm not really sure exactly what we're going to do. I have an idea, but I'm not exactly super sure. Don't think we're going to need more than that. I picked this really bright green. This is avocado toast. I've not used it a lot. I don't even know if I've ever used it. Maybe once or twice. but it's a really pretty green. So I thought, let's do that. And then I do love the aloe color. I don't have a lot of aloe left. It's nearing the end of its life. But I think I can get a smidge out of here. And then this is called Light Sage. It has a really light green undertone to it that I'm going to use as my lighter background instead of white. And I don't know that I've really ever used it either. Let's shake it up. Let's shake it up a little bit better. Hello, Carol. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Oh, I have a story time for you guys, just so you know. I'm going to try not to talk with my hands. I'm going to try to like talk and work, but I used to be really good at that, and then I'm not very good at it anymore. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to do the background of these, the lighter color, so that these overlays pop on that lighter color. I think that's going to be my choice for these. For these three, I am unsure, so I'm just going to start with these, and we're going to go from there. And then, of course, here is your stand. So, it's really simple. You're going to use a makeup sponge, and you're just going to coat the entire background of these with your color of choice. Okay, my color of choice is the Light Sage. And you can do one coat, two coats, you can do it a light coat, so you can distress it, you can wax it, you can do whatever it is that you feel like you want to do, you can do. All right, so let me tell you a story time, y'all. So, do y'all remember around January 6th, 7th, I had shared with everybody that we got locked out of our Shopify store. It was like a little bit of panic was setting in because I'm like, yeah, the shop is still accessible to our customers, but we can't get in there to do anything. We couldn't ship an order. We couldn't do anything. So that has caused us to be behind by 3 days. We had no access for 3 days to ship anything, print an order, nothing. We just kept working in the background, but nothing really got done. On the front end, and stuff just kind of sat here waiting. Okay, so I finally got everything sent over to Shopify. They got me back in. I had to take a selfie of me holding my driver's license with a piece of paper that had the date on it, like that day's date. It was absolutely crazy. So I sent all the information in to them. They gave me access, and we got back in. Everything seemed to be okay. Well, today I got a notification, which y'all just know that I don't have all the answers, but I am very, very curious to find out what the answers are. But when I tell you this story, y'all are going to think, how do you not know? Okay, just listen. I truly did not know. I didn't get notification. I didn't get any sort of alert, nothing. But this is just how easy it is for people to take advantage of you. Now, sometime, not sure how, January 6th, 5th or 6th, someone was able to gain access to my Shopify store in the back end. They went in and they went into the little finance tab that says finance. And they went to where it says credit, and they got a Shopify credit card. I didn't get an email that I got a Shopify credit card. I didn't get an email with an authorization code saying, hey, are you applying for this? I didn't get anything. I got no notifications. I went through my emails. I went through my spam. I went through my junk. I went through everything, trying to figure out, okay, what did I miss on January 5th? Nothing. Okay? Zero. So this person was able to get a Shopify credit card in my Shopify account. The very next day, on January 6th, I am locked out of my Shopify account. They don't tell me, oh, we think that someone's, spending your money or doing anything. They just say that there is suspicious activity and they lock me out. Now, mind you, I'm talking to Shopify and I'm telling them, hey, I can't get into my account. It's saying there's suspicious activity, but I don't really see anything that's happening that, nothing that I can actually see in the moment. So that's when they send me, all the requirements. Upload your business license, upload a tax document, upload your business formation, upload your LLC paperwork, upload a bank statement that shows your business name with a Shopify deposit or whatever. Prove it's you, okay? So I did all the things. January 7th comes, okay? So we still have no access. So January 6th, can't get into Shopify. January 7th, still can't get into Shopify. At this point, I'm starting to get super nervous because I'm like, what the heck is happening? What is going on? So I go and look at my bank account. Like, nothing's happening. I don't see anything fraudulent. Everything appears to be on the up and up. And then today, okay, so today, this is the 16th, okay, I get an email from Shopify that they have noted suspicious activity and that they put in a dispute for a charge on the Shopify credit card that I did not know that I had. I did not know I had a Shopify credit card until today. Today, y'all. If you have a Shopify store, you know that your payouts are days away from when you receive money. So if we sell something to you today, Shopify is going to take the money in. They're going to put it in their account. They're going to take out the fees, taxes, whatever needs to be taken out. And then they're going to say, here's your payout that's going to come 4 or 5 days later. So I have no idea what is happening. I don't usually handle the accounting side of that. And so today I see that there is a dispute and a credit to my account in Shopify for $20,000. $20,000. This person on January 5th got a Shopify credit card with a $20,000 limit. And in the same day, they did 2 transactions, $4,000 and something dollars, and then $15,000 and something dollars that equaled the full total $20,000. And then they set up the settings to pay the card in full in 5 days. So 5 days later, so from the 5th, so on the 10th, now an auto draft either comes out of my bank or it comes out of the balance of what my payout is. So if Shopify owes me money, but I owe Shopify, then they're not going to give me the money. They're just going to not give me a payout. So they take and pay the credit card out of my account, the $20,000. So because of how the billing cycle works, I didn't really notice that there was a discrepancy in our payouts versus our sales to know, okay, what is it that we are, what are we missing here? So today, today's payout is from, I believe, the 11th or 12th, and it's the 16th. So it's not like I would not have seen, like at some point in time, it would have come through and I would have noticed it. So Shopify sends me an email this morning and says, we have locked the credit card that was on your account, which did not know I had. We have credited you back the $20,000 and we have sent the dispute to the banking institute that Shopify works with and have said this was fraudulent transactions, 2 of those transactions. If the bank decides to go in favor of the other party, okay, which I'm like, who's the other party? You got into my account somehow, created a Shopify credit card, spent $20,000 on 2 different transactions, and here we are. If they decide to not go in my favor, then I am out $20,000. That was what my Friday was. That was my Friday. I don't know what your Friday is. But that's my Friday. And I won't know for 90 days. Now the benefit is they've given me back the $20,000. Okay, so I got my $20,000 back. But they could take it back away in 90 days. Absolutely. So I was on Shopify chat today with them going, okay, what's the IP address? Who logged in? Who got a credit card? Who was able to do that? Oh, Debbie, I can't even see what they bought. I just know that who the transaction was with. My next step is to contact the company that they ordered with and ask them if they can tell me what was purchased. So what's going to happen is the company that they purchased from also will have a loss. It's like a domino effect. So I was out $20,000. This company that this person ordered with was out whatever the product was for $20,000. Then Shopify said that this is suspicious. So they're like, we dispute this. This charge is not okay. So that company is now going to be out whatever product it was. And then I'm like, how do these people do this where they buy products fraudulently and get them shipped to them? Like, I'm like, what address is it going to? What did they buy? What's the name on there? Who's it going to? I don't know. I don't know the answer, but I do know this. I had no clue. No clue. It takes so long for money to exchange hands in my shop that whatever you buy today, we don't actually get paid for the same day. We don't get paid for it the same day. We have to wait. Number one, we have to make sure that it's going to be approved, that the transaction is approved. But my thought was, like, how did they get access to my account and I didn't get the whole two-factor authentication number sent to my phone? And that's the way that I have it set up, is that if you try to log into my shop, I get a login code. And everybody here has to ask for it. They have to ask me for the code to even log in. So yeah, it's a little frustrating. Hello everyone. So I'm making the most of my Friday, and I told y'all that I would be here to craft, and while I just wanted to go home and check out, I'm like, I'm gonna show up. So I'm here to craft with you guys. But yeah, I had a very eventful day. I spent about 4 hours on the chat with Shopify support. I've emailed them about 3 different times. I'm just doing 2 coats of this sage green, this light sage green on here, because I feel like it just needs 2 coats. I am going to distress this though. But y'all, I don't even know how somebody just got a whole freaking credit card, spent that kind of money that fast. And there's nothing that was alerted. My Friday sucks. Well, here's the thing. The only good thing that came of this is that they did give me my money back for right now. And my prayers are that they find out who did it, that $20,000 is I think there's a number, that's isn't that like grand larceny or something? Like that, isn't that like a felony? I feel like that's a big crime. Like in the financial crimes world, I feel like that is a big crime, like $20,000. And you're just gonna do it under the radar? How? Not sure how. I do hope we get to keep that. They were out every penny. Well, I hope that that is not the case, because we do have reserves, but we do have money. We don't have money to give away, but we have money to operate. You know, we're not irresponsible. You know what I'm saying? But I am not just trying to give away $20,000. That would be like money in our land fund. Anything over 3,000 is a felony. Oh, girl, I didn't know that. All right, I'm going to lay this over here, and I'm just going to see what I'm going to do with this, because I need to have an idea of what I want to do, these little shamrocks here. So I'm just going to lay this over the top. And I think what I'm going to do, I mean, ain't that going to be so cute? I just love that. I really love that background color. I thought about doing little black dots, like little polka dots. All right, so here's my color choices, my green colors. I think I'm going to do the bright greens here. But I think I'm going to go grab another green to go with these. I'll be right back. I have a light avocado, lush green. I have a lush green. Let me see what this one is. And this one. Or, what color are you? This is Hauser. This is like a Hauser green. Let me shake this up. I need to see what color this is. I feel like that's really close. I feel like that's really close to that one. Okay, I think that shade is too close. I don't really want to do that. That's desert cactus. I don't want to do that one either. That is light avocado. That's light avocado. It's too close. Let's just go with what we have. Let's do that. We'll go with these colors that we have here. What is this one? Avocado toast, avocado, lush green. Let's do, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. It'll be fine. Let's cut this. I need some scissors. Oh, gosh. Also, it was 23 degrees this morning when I woke up. In case anyone wanted to know. 23 degrees. Too daggone cold. That's what that was. Too darn cold. Oh my goodness. Do you guys decorate for St. Patrick's Day? Do you like do St. Patrick's crafts? Or is that like a holiday that some people just don't decorate for? Or craft for? Maybe not just decorate, but craft. Do you craft for St. Patrick's? When I say we have a handful of people that do St. Patrick's Day crafting, I truly mean that. There's not a lot, but for the sake of inclusion, I'm doing this craft today. It is kind of cute though. What color is this? This is light sage. This is avocado toast. It's very cold. No, I don't want you to share. I don't, this will be one of those times where it's like, it's okay if you don't share. I'm okay with that. It was 12 degrees. Dang. You skip it and go to spring. That's what most people do. People are spring crafting like crazy right now. There are a few people that tell me that they like the St. Patrick's crafts. I'm going to do a second coat on that because I just feel like it needs it. Yes, you decorate your kitchen island. Oh, it's becoming popular. That's awesome. Well, we don't, believe it or not, we don't, maybe it's because we don't have a lot of variety for St. Patrick's, but we don't do a whole lot. This year's the first year. This is the first year that we've actually done more in our release than normal for St. Patrick's. All right. Let me do one more coat. If you get out of the lines, the frame will cover it, so it'll be okay. It was 8 degrees, but the wind chill was -8. Holy cow. We had to leave our water running last night. Because us Georgia people, we can't be having our pipes freezing. Not today. Not really any day. I missed something, right? What is happening right there? Okay, well, I just painted that. All right, let's dry it and see what it looks like. I feel like a headache's coming on, maybe it's a stress headache from the day I've had. I don't know. All right, let's have a look. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, I need to get that little spot right there because you can see that. All right, what else? I got that. That looks good. that's the only spot. Every year, I think that thing's about had it, that it's about done. All right, that looks good. Oh, this is gonna look really cute. Like right up here. I actually kind of like the light colored wood too. This is just gonna be so cute. All right, I'm gonna do the dark outline and then the lighter ones on the inside. We're gonna use a paintbrush for that. All right, so those are done. Now we need to do these. So I'm gonna do the lighter color on the inside with a sponge, and then we'll do the different colors, like a mix of different colors. So we're gonna start light first, and then we'll add the darker. So we're gonna start with the, what was that, aloe? What is that? Aloe. So we're gonna do the whole thing aloe with a sponge. And then we're gonna come back in with paintbrushes. Y'all, I don't have much of this. So we're just gonna do the whole thing. That way, all we have to do is the isolated shamrocks and the frame. Or the border. I think it's just the border. But this is an easy way that you can do all of them. Like that. You could do different ones, different colors too. Let's do this one. You could also incorporate like a gold if you wanted to. Or rainbow. You could do like rainbow colors. Thank you, Susan. Oh, you want to buy my finished products? You know, I've auctioned off my stuff before, like my finished things, one time. One time. Everything I make, I will put it somewhere, like somewhere, whether it's in this warehouse, on someone's desk, in my home. I really do try to decorate with what I make. Like put it somewhere to display it. But then once it's kind of done, I will reuse things. Like I just told my husband to get my tote of all my spring crafts out of the shed so that I can put them in the house. And I will use what I make. But I have never thought for a moment about parting ways with any of it. I've never, like, it's just ever since the first time we did that auction, it's never occurred to me. I've thought about it. I thought, oh gosh, you know, maybe somebody might like it. And then I'm like, oh, but I could really use that, or I'm gonna do something with that next year. I always make an excuse. But for the most part, I actually do use what I craft. I really, truly do. So let me show you what this looks like. So if you wanted to see this, this goes over here. Now you can see what it looks like with all these colors. like so. Just layered like this. Now I'm going to include this color on some of these, and we're going to do a darker green. But that's just the aloe color. So if you wanted to see what they look like all in the aloe color, this would be it. All right, now it's time for a paintbrush. All right, this is going to be the tedious part, but you could probably use a marker. I didn't even think about that, like a paint marker. What if we do that instead of that? No, let's not. We're going to use a paintbrush. Going to do a paintbrush. Probably not this paintbrush, but a paintbrush. You're loving it? All right, probably not that one. Let's use this one. I can get it out of the little thing. This one is, put my glasses on so I can see what this is. It is a 6 round. It's a 6 round. And we're going to do the outer edge in the avocado. So we're going to do the whole outline in this darker color. And I'm going to try to go fairly quick because there's a lot of outline to do. And there's no score line around your little shamrock, so you just kind of have to paint within the lines. Imaginary lines. There's goopies. Let me move my plate over here. So we're going to do the whole thing. You could do each outline of them different colors. I just got it on there. Whatever you want to do. And then when I get done with this one, I'm going to try to do the little shamrock with the coil spring. As well. So we're just going to come right up around just like that. And don't forget today started our 4-day snowy savings sale. We have not done a sale this year. And so today is the day for that. There's lots of good deals. That means this kit is on sale. 25% off. I don't know what the math is, so don't ask me to do math. But I do know that it's on sale. Today is Avery's birthday. You guys, she is 7. My husband took the kids out today on their Friday, you know, they do their little Friday days together. And they went to the trampoline place. It has like the ball pits and the trampoline, like the jump place. It's like a little activity place. So she got to go there with her sister and brother. And my husband is a very brave man to take all of his grandkids out, especially to a place like that by himself. I'm just blown away. He is such a great grandfather. Such a great grandparent. All right. We're going to come back in and do this, but this is how it's looking so far. I told you I was doing a variety of different greens. So there's that one. We're going to do the next one. Okay. We're going to do the same thing. We're repeating the same step. Just a smaller frame. We're going all the way around. Happy birthday, Avery, right? Do you guys remember, when we were at the greenhouse? Some of you guys have been here that long. We used to live in a greenhouse, and I had a little, I got a shed, like a she shed, put in the backyard. That's where I used to work. First we were in a bedroom, and then we moved to the, crafty shed. Avery would sit on the counter and she would say, want to paint, want to paint. She loved and still loves to do crafts. But one of those videos came up on my feed in my phone, like in the memories. And I showed it to Dylan. I was like, I just cannot believe. I just can't believe the time that's gone by. And I told him, I said, I feel like tomorrow, even as her grandparent, I said, I feel like tomorrow we're going to be like, can you believe Avery's 13? Can you believe she's 13? Can y'all believe she's 7? She's 7? Judy, right? I'm telling you. So today, my husband stopped by to drop the kids off because Michelle and Zach were at work today. They were here together. Michelle's been trying to come in here on Fridays to work with us instead of at home. And so my husband brought the kids here, and she was like, Michelle was like, it's time to go. And she's like, I'm not leaving. I'm staying. I'm having a sleepover. And I was like, girl, I got to work. I've got stuff I've got to finish doing. And she did not want to leave. She didn't. All right, so that one is going to go like that there. And now let's do this one. It's crazy how time flies, isn't it? Gosh, Riley's about to be 4 years old. 4. Sawyer's going to be 2. And y'all, that kid right there, he is a ball of energy. My husband, when he takes the kids out, he will send, we have a group chat, and he sends videos in the group chat. And he sent a video of Sawyer in the ball pit with all the kids, and he was just living his best life. It's just time flies. It really does. But one of my goals for this year, you guys, is that I can get to the point where in the business, I don't have to come in on Fridays, and the business, like the people here, can operate without me. And I don't have any tasks that I have to come in and do. And that I can go out with my husband and the kids on Fridays, at least maybe once a month. So that's one of my goals for this year. It's like a personal goal. He works 4 10s. So he works Monday through Thursday, and then he has every Friday off. And so I think that, you know, they always say, like, life is short, you know, you only live once. And I'm like, that is true. But right now, I'm trying to move some responsibilities off of my plate. And I'm just not there yet, but it's on my personal goal this year, is that I can do that. All right, let's see what this looks like, shall we? We're getting close. Oh, this is looking so much better than it did I do think it looks so cute. I love the outline. I love that the inner, like, I love that there's different colors of shamrocks. And now I want to incorporate this color into these lighter ones. Are you far from work where I live? No. No, I live about, let me actually Google it. let me do a search really quick. Hold on. Let me see actually how far. I think it takes 12 minutes to get here from my house. Let me go to Google Maps. Let's see. Map. Let me see. Oh, it says home is 11 minutes from here. Yeah, so this is currently where I am in this building. So see my little iPad locator? I'm right here in this building. So this is where we are. And then I live across the way in that blue dot right there. So I live this far. I live in the middle of nature. I live outside of the town. Like the city limits are over here and I am in the county, like out there. So, I mean, not far, but like 12 minutes still. I've been to 2 funerals this week and another one tomorrow. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I'm so very, very sorry to hear that. Oh my gosh. So sorry. All right, let's take this lighter color, and while these are kind of on here, we're going to paint some of them to go with these out here. So we're going to do this over the top. Might take a couple coats, but I'm going to do it while it's laying on top so I can get a visual of how that it looks. So let's do that one. Let's do this one here. All right. Let's do this big one. One of them passed away. Was your age 56? Oh my gosh, you think that she died of the flu? The flu? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Gosh, that is so young. As a green lover, this is fabulous. I'm glad you like it. I like the color green. I'm just not, like, it depends on the color, on the shade of green, I think. I have my favorite shades of green. I'll have to touch that up because I just got out of the lines. All right, let's do this one over here. Now you do have to paint these. These are like they're not individual pieces. A 17-year-old died in December from the flu. Holy cow. Goodness gracious. Does she have other issues, like other health issues? Kelly Green is your least favorite? I don't even know exactly what color Kelly Green is. If I'm being quite transparent, I'm not even certain what shade that is. I have to like Google it. You love all shades of green? I like the color of money. Money green? I'm just kidding. I mean, everyone loves the color of money, but money these days comes in multiple forms of color, depending on the debit card you have. I think that looks pretty good. I don't want to do too many. All right, let's go back over it one more coat just to make sure that it's popping like everything else. Kelly green is a bright green. I don't like the primary color green. Like the primary green, like school green. It's just primary green, basically. But no flu shot too. That makes me sad. You know, I asked my doctor when I went to the doctor about, you know, the flu shot. And yes, it is a way to like protect yourself, but it definitely doesn't mean you won't get the flu, and it doesn't mean that you won't have complications. But it is, yes, flu shot is a great way to be proactive. I did not get a flu shot. I did not. Last time I got the flu shot, I got so sick. I was like, at that point in my mind, I was like, what was the point of getting the flu shot? Definitely don't use my way of thinking. It was probably just an absolute coincidence, but I was sick. All right. This one I think looks really good. I think we've incorporated this one while keeping with other colors. So we're going to do the same thing over here. And let's change it up just a little bit. So let's do this one green. This green color. And y'all, basically this is it. You just paint your layers and just figure out which one you want to be whatever shade. I'm going to do this one, the green. A flu shot and a tetanus shot. Now I am probably due for a tetanus shot. It's been a minute. Absolutely. I'm probably long overdue for that. Flu shot in the RSV, sick for 6 months. Fractured ribs, coughing, and a blood clot. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I had the flu shot once. God, I did too, y'all. Do you think it's just certain people? There's some paints discontinued. Yeah, I think that there are. I think maybe it's just the way that some people react to. I don't know. I really don't. All right, let's do this one up here. And I think that's all we'll do of this. I think that looks good. Let me dry this so I can do a second coat. I feel like there needs to be like a pattern in the background, but then I don't want to make it too busy. Several people that got sick. You know, my grandma, she swore by the flu shot. As soon as it was time, she's like, I'm getting my flu shot. Maybe there's a timing to it. I don't know. Depends on the person. Oh, yeah. That's probably true. That's the most logical thing that I could think of too. All right. We're getting close. All right, and this little guy right here. And I think that looks really good. I think it looks cute. Okay, next. Oh, we could add the little stitches. Absolutely, we sure could. Okie dokie pokey. What are we doing here? So this one looks just like this pattern, but smaller. So let's change it up just a little bit. Let's do this one up here. I'm going to scoot this towards me because I can't really see what I'm doing up there. There we go. All right, let's do this one right here. And this one. And let's do this one. Oh, I'll have to touch that up. And let's do this one. I feel like I need to do something down here, but it'll be okay. Oh, April is in there packing orders. I just want y'all to know that. She's working her tail off. All right, let's dry it. All right, second coat. And then the stand, I'll do different colored greens too. So we get a really cool look for that. So last night, Dylan told me, we were talking and he was like, hey mom, have you watched the series Monarch on Apple TV? And I was like, Monarch? And he was like, yeah, it's like about Godzilla and like creatures. And I was like, no. He was like, season 2 is about to come out. And I'm like, I've never heard of it. So I didn't watch all of it. I listened while I was working because I had to finish prepping for like the sale today. And so I listened to most of it. And it's actually pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to the next season. It's pretty cool. All right, let me touch up the outline where I kind of got paint on the areas that shouldn't have it. And then we're going to paint our stand. And then I'm going to try and sneak this one in before we go. I'm going to try. So we're going to touch that up there, this here, and I think it was this one right there. I am going to sand, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine. I think that looks good. I think it looks really cute. You got the shingle shot. It's 2 shots. Still need to get RSV pneumonia. you know, anyone who gets like shots and stuff like that, definitely like just use caution of like what works for you, because not everybody can do that. But here's the thing, if you are sick, stay home. Slow the spread. That's one thing we learned, you know, slow the spread. All right, let's do our stand. So I think we should do, actually, I think I'm gonna do a dark stand. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna commit to it. I'm gonna see how it goes, because I think I want to do the same as our frame. Gonna see what happens. Yeah, stay home. I don't really like to go out anyways, so I'm not really, like, I don't really get out and about too much. Not very often. Stay home, yep. Yep. Wash your hands. Rest. Try to get well. There's that. Let's do this one. Yeah, I'm doing the dark green, Diana. I think that's going to be exactly what it needed. And then we're going to sand and decide how we want to embellish this. I think the little stitch lines would be super cute. But I can tend to get carried away. Okay, now I'm getting chilly. I'm gonna put my sweater back on. The sun has gone down, so I'm pretty sure that's probably what's happening. I'm trying to put my sweater on. The arms get inside out. Okay, I think I like this. All right, let's get us a piece of sandpaper. Let's flip it around. Actually, let's start from up here. This is 120. It does get colder at night. It sure does. You are not wrong about that. So we're going to do this in layers. Try to be careful not to break anything. By the way, sanding is optional. I like to sand absolutely everything. There are some people who are not a fan of it. I like the sanding look. The more distress for me, the better. But we're going to try to do a little more controlled in this so you can kind of see how it looks. I think it looks great. All right. This is a little scratchy because it's newer at this end. think the little stitches might make it not look like it goes. I don't know. Pretty good. I think they look pretty evenly distressed. Now I did 2 coats on this. I probably should have just did 1, so it's going to be a little harder to distress this. But I'm just going to sand it. Like the bigger areas, I'm just gonna sand those. And then we'll do our green. Now we're going to do these. Now the only difference with these is they don't have that undercolor. Hello, Jennifer. Welcome to our little crafty community. We're so glad to have you. So I've kind of dusted them, and now we're going to sand the stands. And I'm going to weather them just a little bit. So this one's going to be the top layer, and then we'll have the bottom layer. I think it goes pretty good. This is the bottom. So this kit is 25% off. We are doing our snowy savings sale. It just started today. So if you want to check out our sale, you can comment the word special. Facebook will send you a message in your messenger with a link to the sales page, and you can go check out all the things. You got your blender brushes from Amazon today. What do you think of those? I think they're pretty great. Ooh, almost dropped that. And this kit is obviously in the St. Patrick's Day collection in the shop. And then as soon as we get done with this, I'm going to try to do this one pretty quickly because it's small. It's got the little coil spring. It's super cute. And I think they would go cute together. So we're going to glue this stand. I don't think I'm going to add any of the stitches. I think I'm just going to let it be. Just going to let it be. You ever tried them, but they'll look amazing. I will say, if someone, if I didn't have self-control, I could probably buy a ton of paintbrushes and have enough to use for the rest of my life, because I am obsessed with different paintbrushes. All right. I'm going to dust this off. Just make sure it's good. Now, there is a slot here that goes in this, okay? And it goes in just like so. So when you glue on your little shamrock at the bottom, this one, you want to make sure that this is fitting along and not going into your little tab there. So just be careful about that. And if you stick fast, work quickly, because this stuff has a mind of its own. Some days it's like you have 20 minutes work time, and some days you have like 20 milliseconds. Like, it's just, oh my gosh, move quickly, move quickly. So I'm just going to try to get it as close as I possibly can. And then line it up. And then check the top here. And the bottom. See, it's already wanting to shift on me. Okay. I think that's pretty good. So this is how mine is looking. Now let's do the next one, which is this little one here. I don't go all the way around the frame. I just do like spot glue. And lay that on there. Just like that. Next, next, next. Are you done, April?
I was just packing orders.
Okay. Do you have some things you're going to do?
If I need to do some things, I can.
Well, I was just going to do this little coil spring shamrock to go with this.
Okay.
But it's already 6:43. Are you trying to eat chocolate?
Yeah.
Is there any chocolate?
This has little Reese cups in it. Want one?
What is that? Oh, the holiday mix?
Mm-hmm.
That must be what I got.
Yeah, I've got teeny tiny Reese cups in it.
Oh.
Want one? Want two?
It's like so tiny.
Yeah. They're teeny tiny. Everything's been picked out of it, you see?
Oh my gosh.
There's little M&Ms in here. Want some M&Ms?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
That's actually really good.
Mm-hmm. The little peanut butter cups in here are super good.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I want to do the little...
That's cute. Go for it.
Okay, this is how this turned out.
That's really pretty.
Okay, we're going to do this one next. Really quick. I say really quick. I'm going to try. So this is the, let me show you how it looks so you can get an idea. I think that's going to be so cute with that. So this lays over the top and it has the little outer border. Then you have this that goes in the middle and it has a little button. It goes in the center, which is right there. And then it says L-U-C-K. Then you have a little stand. At the bottom. So super cute. And I have the antique gold that I'm going to also use. Someone asked me if stick fast smelled like regular super glue, and I couldn't answer. No, it does not smell like regular glue. It is very strong. If you smell it, it's really strong. All right, so I think what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to do the back, the dark, then we're going to do a light, Then we're gonna do the green. We're gonna do it like that. So let's go ahead and do our dark green. And then I'm gonna decide what I want to do with my coil. So we don't have to paint the whole thing. Mainly just the outer edge. I'm painting way more than I need. That's okay. You got to be really careful because this is just a little coil. Come right up to the edge. And get that there. I'm undecided on the stand. I have light cinnamon and cinnamon stick. And asphaltum. Let's do this color next. This is definitely going to need 2 coats. Oh, zinc. I think I'm going to make it a rusty looking base. The sponge is just not sure of itself. Let's try it. Rather than get some more paint, I'm going to use some water. Where's my spray bottle? Oh, over here. I'm just going to add some water to my sponge and try to do like a wet kind of coat over the top. Like not full coverage, but just like a wash. And you can antique this, you can age it, you can wax it, you can stencil it, whatever you want to do. Ooh, we could stencil this. All right. Let's lay that on top of there. And then we have another one. And I think we need the aloe color for this, which I don't really have any aloe left. So let's use what's in the lid. That's cute. All right. Now let's do our antique gold. All right, let's cut us up a sponge with our scissors. Now you could do the light sage, but I'm going to use the gold, the antique gold here. For the word luck. And then we'll do our stand and our button. Let's do our button. Let's do our coil stand first before we do anything else. I'm going to use a brush to add the let's do the light cinnamon first. Let's do light cinnamon. Our stand. Now, if you have like Mod Podge and cinnamon, you can do that. I'm just going to use paint to create my look. You are welcome to do whatever you want to do. Go around the edge. And then we're going to come in with the other colors and we're just going to give it some aging. Okay, there's that. And then the whole top of this needs painted. And I'm not even trying to be like really good about my brush strokes at all. All right. So now that we got that, we're going to open up our asphaltum. And then we're also going to use the cinnamon stick color. It's more of like that rusty color. So this is light cinnamon. This is cinnamon stick, and this is asphaltum. So I'm going to use all of these colors to kind of create like an aged distress look for this, and we're going to use our paintbrush. So I'm going to come in with the dark, and I'm just going to come in and give it some little bounces. top of that. We're going to do the same, like around our stand. Spot here. And then just, you can use your finger to like tap around. There's that. And then let's do the bottom. And I'm just twisting my brush as I go. Okay, and I just dipped my brush in the water and I'm just going to clean it off. I'm not actually going to clean out the whole brush, and we're going to go into this lighter color, that cinnamon stick. And then we're going to come back around and we're just going to add like a little bit of like the corrosion in like a few areas, and then we'll sand it. Let's do that. We'll come back around like this. And I'll zoom you in just so you can see what I'm working with here. I'll zoom you back out. If I zoom you too far, then it wants to focus, sorry, it wants to focus on my paintbrush. All right, so let's come around. So if you don't have cinnamon, you don't have Mod Podge, but you have these 3 colors of paints, you can absolutely do this. Did I just bump you? I did. So sorry about that. Let's come into this one. You know, just do your thing. Just wiggle and move your brush around. This is one of those things where you just kind of have to practice. And then for the sake of our project, I think I want to do my button the same way. Maybe not to technically match this, but it could totally go with the other one. So we're going to use that light cinnamon first on our little button here. I'm going to clean that out. I'm going to dry it. We're going to do that asphaltum. And then we're going to come in with the cinnamon stick. Just like that. The lock and key, oh y'all. That replay is in the showcase now. I don't know if you guys have seen it. You definitely need to go watch that one, because just the way we did that, I want to find another project that we can do that corrosive look on. But that lock and key was just perfect for that. It really was. All right, so I used asphaltum, in case you're not sure how I got that look. We use cinnamon stick, light cinnamon, and asphaltum. And these are the colors. So you do this one first, which is a light cinnamon. Then you do the asphaltum, and then you do this one over the top. And it really gives you this cool look. And there's multiple ways that you can, you know, get this look. Okay. So let me zoom back out just a little bit. And I'm going to make sure it's all dry. And this is considered in the Mini Littles collection. This is half off. So I think it's like $9, and then half of $9, it's on sale. You should go check it out. All right, so we're gonna sand this. Oh, if you're watching, you can comment the word special, and Facebook will give you a message to the sales page for our Snowy Savings sale, which ends on Monday, which is Martin Luther King Day. So don't forget to check that out. Now, if you sand it and you don't like it, you can always get a paper towel and kind of dry buff it to bring back the colors. Maybe not as, you know, rusty looking, but you can just give it a little sand on the edges. Same for this. With a dry paper towel, not a wet wipe. All right, we're gonna glue this onto this. And there's a scored line there. Just glue it in. Just glue it in the middle. Get it pretty close. Our little button is going to go in the middle of this, which is this right here. So my goal was to do 2 crafts today, and I think I did a pretty darn good job. Like I said, you can stencil this if you want. So here is that goes in the middle. Now let's sand this one. So it may not, like I said, match the stacked ones that we did, but it'll go. It is super cute. And it's just a great activity too. Like, there's not a lot of pieces. It's just really fun. Great for kids too. Kids or adults, you know, whatever. All right. So we're going to glue this one onto this one. And just, there's no lines to follow. Just get it in the, just get it to where it looks about even on the edges. So you have about an even border. And we're going to glue this into the middle. And it just goes in the middle like that. So just like so. And this is your word look. I'm just going to sand these little tab spots at the top. Use a marker to kind of coat those, cover them back up so they're not so light and visible. And this one's on the side. And we're going to do our letters. On here. L, U. You can go over or you can go down. I'm going to just go over. And K. Oh, it just slid over. Here we go. Let's get us a marker pen, a pen. And let's go around here. Oh, we're going to do something a little fun. We're going to continue to be inspired by our sewing and fabric loving friends. I don't sew at all. No desire to do it, but I love the little stitch marks. It adds like a rustic whimsy flair to this. I just couldn't resist. the stand. Oh, I think that was too much. All right, let me hold it. Okay, we're getting close. Y'all, I feel very accomplished that I got 2 projects done today. I said I was going to try to set my goals to do 2 projects a day. I was going to try to do them on 2 different videos, but I mean, if I can manage to get them done on the same one, I mean, that's fine. That's progress right there. But there's just not enough time in the day. You know, there really is just no time in the day. This brush out really quick. Oh, it's leaning a little bit. Hang on. And I'll go over the colors again that I used for the little coil shamrock. Well, the tip is to create hearts. For your shamrocks or your clovers or whatever. Okay, so we used not this one. Okay, so for this, we used the antique gold. Let me zoom out just a little bit because I'm really zoomed in. Oops. Flip that again. All right. We used aloe, antique gold, avocado, not lush green, avocado toast. So we used these 3 greens here. Okay. And then for the stand, we used these 3. And I'll show you what that looks like. Asphaltum, light cinnamon, and cinnamon stick. And I put in too much glue, so I've got some extra glue right there, but I'm just going to let it dry. But this is how this looks with our little coil stand. You can paint the backside. I did not. And then I will show you what our stacked shamrocks look like. And I'm not going to add the little stitches to it. I'm just going to let it be. So let me move all of these out of the way. I'm not going to get to the heart. I was going to try to do the coil heart, but y'all, it's 7:15, and I would rather just head home than do that. So let me move this over here. Let me show you what these look like. Let me take you off the stand. All right, so here is our little coil spring, little shamrock. And here is our stack shamrocks. And here's kind of what they look like together. If you wanted to put them together, you could. They're just super cute. This one I love. Look at that stand. And the little button. So one of the things you can learn from this is that we use the same colors. And I feel like they give different looks. But this right here, so cute. So cute, so cute, so cute. So here's our little stacked shamrocks. And then our little coil cutie. I think they're super cute. So today is Friday. Today kicked off our snowy savings sale. Snowy savings today. And it goes through Monday. There are 3 collections that are half off. There is 1 collection that is 30% off, and everything else is 25% off. So comment the word special. Go check our sale for January. This is our first sale we've done this year. And that means all the new stuff is included. I'm getting indigestion. I don't know why. All the new stuff is included. Glass is on sale. Outlines are on sale. New stuff is on sale. There is lots of different savings. T-shirts are not listed on the sales page, but they are on sale. I'll have to add a little block there for that. But yeah, so this is our first sale of the year. And yeah. And then I also have new stuff that I'm working on. And I believe not this next week, but the week after, April and I will be traveling for Mastermind. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to go more than once this year, but I'm definitely going to go probably this month, because I really want to go check out the warehouses. I want to go see everyone. I want to go learn more than I already know now. And I think it will just be nice to go. So there will be probably limited crafting while I am gone. I do plan to take some projects with me. And it's managing the time to do it while I'm away. And there's so much going on. There's just so much. Your eyes are shiny today. They're tired today. Carmela, I don't know if you were here earlier for my story time, but girl, it's been a day. It's been a day. A very long day. Go back and watch the replay. Let's just say, let's hope in 90 days that I still have $20,000. So Mastermind is no longer at the Mastermind house in the Outer Banks. It's in Louisiana, and it is at Damon's warehouse. I believe in one of his buildings, he has like a classroom setting area. So we will all meet there. I am very excited to go see how he is utilizing 4 warehouses, and they're absolutely enormous. But we are going to be in the stages of building our own building in the next 2 to 3 years. And so I really need to have a deeper understanding about like what that looks like. That's where I'm at in my business. I can't speak for other people, but for sure I can learn something from that. And so I want to go and take a look at that. Of course, see everyone. You know, I haven't been to Mastermind since this time last year. I did not get to go all year because we're in the growing season, and I've just not been able to take away. And then my sister's kids came, and they were here during a Mastermind time. And then 3rd and 4th quarter, towards the end of the year, there is no time. There is no time. Oh my gosh. You caught the very last sentence and it makes sense now. So sorry, girl. The very last sentence, you definitely need to go back and watch the whole story, because it's a lot. It's a lot. But I do plan on taking some crafts with me. I do plan on, but y'all, it's 2 days of travel because I don't fly. It's like 14 hours to get there. So we will travel on that Sunday and that Monday. And then we will have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is mastermind days. And then Friday and Saturday will be travel days. So it's literally 4 days of travel and 3 days of learning. It's a lot. And people just say, just get on a plane. Life will be so much easier. I am not willing. Like I will be in the car 2 days for peace of mind. You know, I don't want to fly. I have no desire. I have no, I don't care how quick it is. That plane could go down just as fast. She did just build a warehouse. Absolutely. She sure did. And I, don't know anything about what she did, but I'm sure that, she's in a different area than we are. I know she's in Georgia. Where I am, the challenges that we're facing here is that we are on a port. I am near Savannah. Savannah is like, there's like the whole from the inlet, like at Tybee, all the way towards inland, like even right up to the town that I'm in, there's the Savannah River. And these ships, they've dredged the river so that the ships can come further in and they can expand the port. So what that means is, because we are now such a major port, that a lot of the warehouses, oh yes, I'm talking not like little old me kind of warehouse. I'm talking like 200,000 square feet warehouses. They're buying up land and they are building these industrial complexes where it's like what they're called, like logistics centers. So they're buying up all this land, hundreds of thousands of acres, and they're putting all these warehouses. So my problem right now is trying to buy land that's 5 to 7 acres that isn't bought by some developer or bought by a warehouse. And that way I can put anywhere from 12,000 to 20,000 square feet of a building on the land, or multiple buildings. That's where I was trying to figure out, like, would it be wise to do multiple buildings and do like a 12,000 square foot building and a 12,000 square foot building and then connect them. But then if some, God forbid, something happened, they could be divided into 2 different buildings for people. I don't know. I don't know what the wisest thing to do is, but I do know that I am looking to buy land and I'm looking to buy build a warehouse. I know that there are people that do build to suit, where they own the land. They will build it for you to suit your needs and you pay a percentage or higher rent. I don't know what that looks like. I'm looking to buy the land and not have a developer like be in a partnership with that. I just want to borrow from a bank. Like, I don't want to have any other person involved but myself. So we are having some challenges in this area. I really don't want to travel like super far. I don't want to move. So we're looking at different parts of our county, in the county that we live in. And our county is really large. So we're on the Rankin side of our county. There's like the Springfield side and the Guyton side. And then you have the Bloomingdale side of our county too. So it's like there's 4 kind of quadrants. But we need to stay around where trucks can get in, and it's practical for like commutes and stuff like that. And then we also have a lot of wetlands here. So a good portion of the land that I've been seeing is there's the high and dry buildable, and then there's like has wetlands in whatever percentage of the property, and you can't build on those wetlands. So there are some challenges here that we're facing, but I figured if we start the process now, I can learn a lot. I am going to figure out things I did not know before. I've bought a house, like we've bought land for our home, which is very similar, but we've never gotten a loan like this with a bank for a building. So we don't know what we're up against. We don't know what that looks like. So we're going to have to get a loan for the land or the building. I want to try to buy the land and pay like put money down And then over the course of at least a year, we are paying down that loan. So we have more equity in that land and ownership for collateral than having any balance due on that. So there's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff and a lot of challenges, and never done it before. It's a shame you can't build on what you have, but the swamp. We have 5 acres of land, and our property was never really like, we didn't intend. So let me just tell you this. So we bought 5 acres that our house is on, and we positioned our house. We have 3 acres that we can build on. 2 acres in the back are wetlands. So we positioned our home in a way that we felt made the most sense. The problem is the land next door was going to be coming for sale, and we intended on buying our 5 acres and then the 5 acres next door and ask for it to be rezoned to put the business in the future there and just pay for it over time. Well, when the land came available, what happened was a developer kept running the money on the land up because they divided the property. It wasn't 5 acres, it was 10 acres. So they ended up buying the 10 acres. They were like, okay, we don't want the 5 acres. We want to buy it as a 10-acre lot. So the 10-acre lot took the price of the 5-acre lot and shot it through the roof. So they ended up getting, I think that the land, the 10 acres ended up selling for like $150,000, which is not a bad deal. Okay. We paid $100,000 for our land. But then you fast forward to like 2 years, and that was what we paid during COVID. It was just the price of land. But then I feel like there was a land battle between developers and builders, and they just kept driving the price. And the more I watched what that looked like and the offers, I was like, I'm not willing to get into a battle with people who are going to use it for, like, they ended up building 2 houses and selling them. So they weren't really going to profit off of necessarily the land because they were going to divide it. What they were doing is they were going to profit off of the home that they were putting on the land. And they were going to use our home to increase the value of theirs, because our home is appraised at like 1.3 million. The houses next to us sold for like 550 or 600,000. And it's because they're in proximity to our home. It's just, the real estate market is mind blowing. Nevertheless, we wanted to buy that land next to us. We didn't get to buy the land. So there goes those plans. Because it would have been really nice to have like the business, not far from where we are. And then I was like, oh, well, I'll just think about it later. I'll just put it on my to-do list. And I have been looking at the land that's been available, and what it gets listed for and what it sells for is just insane. So then I'm kind of thinking to myself, will we ever have the opportunity? Like, I'm going to have to really be diligent about watching what is, like, becomes available, like what's listed, and have somebody like scouting for that. But we need 5 to 7 acres of land. We really do. And we need to have, truck travelable roads, which a lot of our rural roads out here, there's no trucks allowed. So then when I say trucks, a semi truck, like a big tractor trailer truck, could not go down a lot of our roads. So there's a lot of restrictions on how these big trucks can travel. So we're facing challenges. We're facing just new stuff that we've never done before, just a lot of new adventures. Okay, I think I'm all caught up on everything. So thank you for being here. thank you for hanging out with me. It is 7:30. I'm going to head home. I'm going to take a picture of these two. I hope that you check them out. Again, comment the word special if you want to check out our snowy savings sale and what that is all about. And then I will be back at least on Monday to craft with you. Avery's birthday party is Sunday. Tomorrow I have to go shopping for her birthday. And I don't plan to come in here tomorrow. That doesn't mean that it won't happen, but that's not my plan. But I will probably see you guys on Monday. So I hope you have a great weekend. Stay warm, be safe, and then I will see you guys next time.